How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to yet another weekly warehouse update. Pretty exciting one. We got a long list, so buckle up. Let's get ready. First off, over here, I'm extremely excited about this. We did a restock of these down at USDGC, and we brought the leftovers back here. We have the combo stamp back in action. We have it on a bunch of different molds. These are Z Glow Raptors, starting it off hot. Very stiff run of Raptors, all board flat. They feel great. I haven't had a chance to throw them, but just feel-wise, they feel like an overstable run of Raptors. Very exciting there. We also have it on some ESP Nukes here. I might actually have to give one of these a try. If you haven't been watching, I'm struggling with my distance driver slot. There's like a ZSP. Very nice there. Moving down the line, that's the wrong stamp. If you're a patron member, you might be seeing that stamp. But for you who aren't, I'm sorry I even showed you that. Next up, we've got some ESP Heats with the 6 stamp on there. The Heat's always a very popular disc and for a very good reason. It's incredible. We also have this on the top, Brody Smith Zone OS bottom, ESP Tour Series Zone OS. Love the custom stamping there. And obviously the Zone OS is no joke. We also have some stock Z Zones, really good feeling there. And the rest of these, we've got ESP Buzzes with a bunch of different foils, a bunch of different swirls. So this stamp was always popular whenever we brought it back. It's now back in stock, and a little behind the scenes teaser. If you buy the right amount, you might get it in these new custom stamped boxes, custom printed boxes. So not all of our boxes are custom printed, but this size is, which is like if you order between 2 to 3 discs, here's what it'll be coming in. Pretty excited about it. Love how it turned out. Plus it's got a little secret message in there when you pop her open. So we're super stoked about this. We've wanted to do custom boxes for a long time, and they're finally here. But let's show you everything else.
The drop shelf is loaded today. The drop shelf, the Carson Cole drop shelf, absolutely loaded. A lot of Trilogy, a few other things, so let's get into it. Trilogy popping off right now. First thing I'm gonna show you here is the VIP Ice Orbit. That's a mouthful. Harps. These are really nice, beautiful disc. If you've never thrown the Harp, these are an amazing overstable approach disc, and now they're in this beautiful Orbit Ice plastic, which is just one of my favorite plastic blends. It looks so great. So we've got those in stock right now. If you're a fan of Huck Lab, boy, do I have a treat for you. We've got 3, it looks like, yeah, 3 Huck Lab molds in stock right now. We've got Harps right here. Bada boom, these are in tournament plastic. We also have Bears in tournament plastic, very cool. These Huck Labs are like the Dymax technology that Trilogy does, so it like will never wear off. It's really cool. And then last but not least, we have Claymores. So we got 3 Huck Lab Dymaxed discs right now from Trilogy in stock. It's really cool that they do that in-house. It's very neat. Other cool things we've got Verdicts and Lucid Ice right now. These actually have a nice dome to them, which means they're probably gonna be pretty nice and overstable. The Verdict, I don't know if Hunter still bags one, but he was for a while there. These are nice overstable mid-ranges, but they're not like a Justice, if you're familiar with the Dynamic brand. They're not like super overstable. They're just like you can rip on them flat. They go really far and then have a nice reliable fade. They're not just gonna like yank left out of your hand. So if you're looking for something that'll actually push a little bit but still be reliable, that's the Verdict. Some other stuff here, we've got VIP Moonshine Underworlds. These actually came out looking really cool. They just like, the Moonshine, which is like their glow plastic, just kind of like dulls down the color and gives it a weird sheen that it looks very nice. The Underworld is a great roller disc, really nice and overstable, or understable fairway driver. Got a bunch of those. Moving on, this is a disc that's near and dear to my heart. This is the Royal Grand Honor. If you have not tried this disc yet, I cannot recommend it enough. First of all, Royal Plastic just rocks. It's the best. It's probably my favorite plastic blend on the market right now. Second of all, the Honor, I can't say enough about this disc. This disc is in my bag. It went into my bag immediately when this disc came out. It has been there since. This is a 9-speed fairway driver with nice overstability. It's great for backhands and forehands. It'll always fade at the end, brand new. It beats into a little bit straighter, but kind of keeps that reliable fade. This disc is fantastic. I'll never take it out of my bag. I don't have any reason to, at least. And when mine gets too straight, I'll just put another one in. I love the Honor. It is such a good disc. We have a bunch of really nice colors as well, so I'd really recommend that one. Okay, moving on. We've got the Stag. This is a nice fairway driver. We've got this one right now in, this is like a tournament burst plastic. Looks really nice. The stag is a little bit straighter, kind of similar to that bear I talked about before, but this is an 8.6 -1.2. These are good, like, dead straight drivers. Guys with further or harder arm speeds will like pop this up to flat on hyzer and it'll just ride. Really nice straight fairway option from Westside there. Moving on, we've got some sapphires. These are Opto Air sapphires. So the sapphire is already a light disc. It's actually funny that it's in Opto Air because the weights are pretty similar to how the weights they normally produce this disc in, but it has the cool look of Opto Air with like the same things you would love about the sapphire normally. This is part of their easy to use line with Latitude 64. There's a few discs in that line, the sapphire being the fastest of them and the most overstable of them, but it's still not a stable disc. Sapphires are actually underrated. I would recommend this disc to somebody who is looking for their first distance driver, who is flirting with the distance driver world. These are 10 speeds, but they have a nice, they're not like uselessly understable. They can just glide a ton, and if you don't have a ton of arm speed, you can get really good distance out of these. So like this is such an underrated disc for beginner distance, sapphires. Give it a try. You will genuinely love it. Moving on, we've got one more, well, I guess technically two more Trilogy discs. We've got these Pures here, Kristen Tatar Pures. These are in kind of a sparkle opto plastic. Yeah, Opto X actually, so they're a little bit stiffer as well. But these are super nice. I threw these yesterday. They've got the 2-time world champion stamp on here for Kristen Tatar. Really nice and straight. If you get like a nice stiff premium pure, they're not really flippy. They just kind of go dead straight if you throw them flat. And if you throw them on hyzer, they'll even hold it a little bit. They're just kind of a neutral disc. One of the best throwing putters out there. Always got to check out the Pure. Something that is technically Trilogy, and now they've actually announced it, sort of, kind of, is the FD. And we have two stamps right now. We've got these Swirl FD, Swirl S-Line FDs. These are awesome. We threw them just the other day. They're actually kind of nice and stable. And then these are a favorite of mine. This is an Ella Hansen stamp. This is a river otter eating a bagel, which is just the coolest thing ever. Ella Hansen picked that one out. These are also in that swirly S-Line. So I'd highly recommend checking these out as a limited drop. And that is just a very fun stamp. I might have to even grab one of those because that's just a lot of fun. Okay. That's all for the Trilogy. 3 other molds I want to tell you about. I told you the drop shelf was loaded. I wasn't kidding. We got a little bit of AGL. People requested this, especially for this disc in particular, the Baobab. If you hadn't seen this, we threw it on Instagram. Check it out on Instagram. This is, I genuinely believe, it's a weird disc. I mean, look at the profile of this thing. It's very weird. The shape is interesting. More overstable than a Zone OS. I'm not even kidding you. I was throwing this on crazy angles. It always goes left. Really fun utility disc. This is a putter from them, the Acacia. Haven't felt this yet. It actually feels kind of like a Wizard, I'd compare it to. A little bit of a different shoulder, maybe a little bit straighter than a Wizard, but really, really nice. And actually, I think they have connections to Gateway, so I bet part of this disc is Wizard. Honestly, it's probably like a Wizard top or bottom and something else top, but it is a Wizard bottom. Brad just confirmed. See, look at that. I've got a sense for this sort of thing. This is actually a great feeling putter though, if you haven't checked it out. And they've got some nice like branding. I like using like the Acacia, like the tree brand, that's fun. Okay, last thing. This is from a newer company called ITC Disc. This is a putter called the Mercury. First run Mercury. We check these out. We like to support new companies and see what they're doing. This is an interesting looking putter. The bead on the bottom is almost like a double bead. Super unique, feels pretty good in the hand, feels like it's going to be a really straight to like understable putter. And yeah, it just looks like a fun time. So we've got a bunch of those as well. If you're ever looking to check out new putters that are in the game just to see what people are bringing to the table, check out the Mercury, the Mercury from ITC Disc. So yeah, that's the drop shelf. A lot of stuff. Remember, check out all the Trilogy. Check out that Honor and that Sapphire. Those are the 2 Trevor's picks today. And that Otter FD as well. I might actually grab one of these. So yeah, let's get on to the next thing.
It wouldn't be a weekly warehouse update if I wasn't updating you on what's going on in the mint world. Seems like we have almost a full restock back now. Only one lonely goat left though. Isn't that a song lyric? Something about lonely goat? I don't know. I'm not gonna go there. Then we have the Alpha up here. A little Eternal Plastic Alpha. One thing I didn't know about mint that I recently learned is you can look at the barcode down here and it can tell you the run date. So this Alpha was made May 2023. So if you get a specific disc and you're like, man, I love the way that Alpha flies, and then you're like 2 years down the road, it's beat up, you want to get another one, you can go and try to find someone that has one that was made May 2023, and you'll get one from the exact same run. That was a big thing back in the day. People knew like first run PD, third run PD based on the plastic. Millennium does it on the bottom too. But mint discs, bringing that to the modern era, like this Jackalope, January of 2022. I wonder if we have different runs Jackalope back here. Nope, this one's also January 2022. If you like the January 2022 run of Jackalopes, now's your best chance to get one because we got some. But the Jackalope's back in stock, really good fairway driver, a lot of fun to throw there. The Longhorn with this 6 stamp. And you might be saying, oh, where is it on this one? I thought it was on the bottom and I was gonna show you, but I don't see it anymore, so I don't know. Good question. Bobcat's up top, boom. We got a little bullet action, great putter actually. The bullet's very underrated. I don't hear many people talking about it, but I threw one the other day and I was very surprised. It goes very far, it's nice and shallow, really comfortable in the hand. We have some in the premium plastic. And then last but not least, I'm gonna talk about is these Phoenixes. Crazy overstable, ton of fun. They just came out with it in the Apex plastic, which is like MVP's Neutron. So a little bit tackier than the Eternal plastic it was in, but you know, they're both plenty overstable, so you don't have to worry about like, oh, is this one gonna flip a little bit? It's not, don't worry about that. You can crank on Anheuser, throw it forehand, backhand, overhand, however you like to play the game, and it's gonna work for you. Oh, look at the swirls on this guy. I mean, that plastic's just gorgeous. So, a lot of mint discs in stock right now. If you're a fan of MVP plastic, Thought Space plastic, it's all the same. Check out mint.
All right, gonna talk a little Prodigy. Here's the thing, guys. Sorry, I hate to break the news to you, but if you're a Prodigy hater, they win a lot on tour. They win a lot. You should be throwing it. You got to give it a try. Do you want to be like Isaac Robinson? All you have to do is throw his discs. So, gonna walk you through a bit of Prodigy. There's a few molds here I'm particularly excited about. Number one, start off with the Distortion. This is a great overstable approach disc in the market right now. Not a lot of people probably know about this disc. We've got this in like a 400 and 500 plastic right now. Check that out. Pretty similar to a Zone, maybe a little bit straighter. A couple other great molds here. The F9, this is a new one from Prodigy. Super, super, super understable fairway driver. It's like a negative 4.5. If you're looking for a nice roller disc, an easy hyzer flip disc, F9 is a great option. Let's check out another beautiful mold out of Prodigy, and this is the MX1. This is one of their newer ones. Hunter has this in his bag. This disc rocks. These things are so cool. I would compare them kind of to a Justice with a little more glide. If you've ever thrown Legacy, I'd compare it a little bit to a Recluse maybe. But these things are sweet, super overstable, but kind of fast as well. Like they'll push forward a little bit more as they fade. A very unique slot. This disc rocks. Like I would highly recommend the MX1 for sure. Few other discs in stock that we have that I really like before I get on to my real favorite. F5s, we got some F5s right now. This is like a staple in my bag during college. This is one of the best all-around fairway drivers there is out there. Really great for hyzer flips. They're usually dead straight out of the box. But I gotta tell you about the disc that has been just capturing my heart lately. This is a love at first sight situation. I knew about this disc. I knew that I liked this disc, but one came in that we threw, and I just couldn't get it out of my mind. And yesterday I put it in my bag, and that is the A5. Okay, let me tell you about the A5 and what makes it so special. So we've got it in 300 in the baseline. We also have it in 750 here. I think we may even have, yeah, some 500. I put a 500 one into my bag. The A5 is kind of a Frankenstein because I'm pretty sure they made this disc to not be what it is, but it turned out to be so beautiful. It is a approach disc, slightly overstable, but not quite like a Zone, Harp, Entropy, like that slot. It is out of the box, basically a beat-in version of those discs. So everybody loves having that beat-in approach disc that you can throw straighter forehands with, that go straight for longer before fading, or backhand approaches. The A5 is that disc right out of the box. It is reliable, but it's gonna push straight for longer. It's gonna glide for longer. You can get more distance out of them. This disc genuinely rocks. I love it. It's so comfortable. It's such a just like appealing mold. Like the shape and everything of it is just great. It's easy. It just fits in your hand really well. This disc just is amazing. And I was ignoring it for too long, and now it's in my bag. So we have a bunch of them in stock right now. If you are looking for an approach disc that is just going to change your life, the A5 is that disc. I can't speak highly enough about this thing. I'm loving it. I'm like finding excuses to throw it on the course right now because I'm just like enjoying learning this disc. So check out the A5. Check out the rest of Prodigy. especially the A5.
All right, we're over here in the Trash Panda and accessory section yet again. We're gonna start off with the inner core, their premium plastic and baseline plastic putter. If you don't know what Trash Panda is, these are fully recycled and recyclable discs. Very, very fun. The premium plastic's a little slick. So some people love it, some people hate it, just a little heads up there. The baseline plastic, some of the best on the market. It feels incredible. It has this nice, like, I guess the best way to describe it is like smooth feel to it. Brad was putting with these for a while. I really like the mold. Basically what they do is it's a normal putter rim, almost AVR3-esque rim, but then it like steps to a board flat top. So all of them have this like step to a board flat top, making it a really consistent hand feel. Comfortable forehand, comfortable backhand, and I've seen a lot of people have good success putting with these. So we have the baseline and the premium plastic inner core in stock. And then if you're looking for a flippy mid, this was my flippy mid of choice for a little bit until I lost it, which is the Dune. It's also in that premium plastic, and it's a nice hyzer flipped turn 4-speed. It won't give you a ton of distance, which a mid-range really shouldn't, because modern day mid-ranges kind of push the 7-speed fairways out of your bag. So this is like a more classic mid-range. So if you're a 7-speed fairway thrower, step down to the rocks in the Dune, and then you'll have that gapping in your bag versus trying to push a hex and a buzz, and then you get to a 7-speed and they go the same distance. Side note, but anyways, Dune, great hyzer flip, dead straight mid. And then accessory-wise, we got some sick foundation minis in stock. This is some of the best ways to rep foundation out there on the course. And back in stock for the first time in a long time, foundation wristbands. These, we actually, a little bit different design on them this time around, but just a really fun way, just slap it on your wrist. I'm not wearing a foundation one. Slap it on your wrist and rep foundation out there on and off the course. Just got a bunch of these in stock, so it's a fun way, just add it to your order. If you're buying an order for a friend, toss one in there, and you know, people always love a good wristband.
All right, final thing, got to tell you about this. I don't have physical products because that is a pre-order that is going down tonight, and you're not going to want to miss this. So we've got 3 different things going live for pre-order at 5 p.m. Eastern tonight, all MVP related. So if you don't like MVP, I guess you can click away. MVP item number 1, we have the Gyropalooza box. If you don't know about these, every year MVP does these incredible boxes where they give you like 11 discs for a really good price. It's insane. There's going to be some like R2 hexes in there. There's going to be an Eclipse glitch in there. I believe there's going to be a Detour, a new mid-range in there. This is one of their best ones I've heard of in recent times. So the Gyropalooza box, make sure to check those out pre-order tonight. There's only a very limited amount of those. If you want one, make sure to get it quick. The other 2 things are time lapses. That's right. It's finally happening. Time lapses are getting out to the mainstream. So we have special edition time lapses and stock ones. Both are going to be available tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern for pre-order. So remember, whenever we get these, that's when we'll ship them out, but you can lock in yours tonight. So the special edition one we'll obviously have a more limited amount of. So if you want to get one of those, make sure to check it out. But then we'll also have stock ones as well. So Gyropalooza boxes, special edition time lapses, stock time lapses, all going for pre-order tonight, 5 p.m. Eastern, foundationdisc.com. You do not want to miss it. Other than that, we will see you next week with another warehouse preview. Make sure to check out everything that we talked about today, and we'll see you then.